Hello, everyone, and good evening. Welcome to the 27th episode of Sessions of Spirit. I am your host, Jean Rose, aka JJ. It is wonderful to have you all here this evening. Guys, if you are stateside, I would like to wish you a beautiful and wonderful happy 4th of July. I hope you all are having fun, but more importantly, staying safe. So, guys, I figured we would open with a card for everyone. I don't like saying collective. To me, words like that just get a bit redundant after a while. So, like I said, so we can understand and realize, and don't forget tomorrow's a new moon. So we can understand and realize what energy we are exactly walking into the weekend with. I don't know about you, but as far as I go, that last full moon, I cannot. I cannot. Oh my gosh, it was intense. It was intense. The one thing I remember the most about it, though, was the morning after. I woke up with such a sense of relief. Now, I know this month we have the blessing moon. That I believe is on the, I was going to say 25th, no, 21st. So, especially with that being on a Sunday, um, definitely take note of the phases this month. And the reason why I say that is because as we go into and approach that full moon, you really want to use this energy for things that are going to serve you. Don't allow the energy to work against you. I know that is difficult, especially when it is as overwhelming as it has been. It's been intense. It's been really intense. In fact, a few of my friends and I have been looking at each other and we've been like, is Mercury in retrograde? Because I can't. I cannot. But like I said, it makes sense, especially when we think of tomorrow being the new moon. Tonight, what I am going to have you all do is perhaps make a list of things that you want to usher in this month as a whole, especially with it being so close still to the first. There's still time for you to set goals. So do that, and that way you have an area of focus. So for everyone, the first card was the Six of Cups. That card is going to relate to childlike joy, really being in that space and embracing all of that beautiful energy. Think of a child at Disneyland or Disney World, okay? And I'm not talking about when a kid sees Santa and they break down and throw themselves on the floor. No, I'm talking about when they're like, Stitch. Yes, Ada, that was for you. And they throw their arms back and they are running towards them. That's the energy that I want you to walk into this weekend with. Really embracing the new moon. So embracing Friday, okay? Saturday, Sunday, the whole kit and caboodle, okay? There's going to be a lot of progress that is made this weekend. The second card was Chariot. That card is all about movement. It's all about progress moving forward. I don't want to say that fast forward because I think things are going to happen in due timing. But I definitely think that there are some ways that we can relate to that success and help to usher it in. Think and be in that leadership position. That final card was the Emperor. That card is all about jumping in the driver's seat, being that leader. But it's also a success card. Four is the power number. Think of four sides of a square. It represents foundation. So definitely stand solid as we approach this new moon. Guys, we have a couple of followers requests that we're going to be doing this evening, as well as a couple of callers. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I am going to apologize ahead of time for my voice. I have been doing my best all day, drinking tea and having honey to just coat it so I don't sound as harsh and as raspy. Yes, it has been a challenge the last few days. But we have prayed to the voice gods, and it seems like we are all set. We're good. So fingers crossed it continues throughout the half hour. Let's take a caller, shall we? Up we have Tish. Tish, how are you this evening?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well, love. Thank you so much for asking. What are we reading on tonight?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Oh, you're fine, love. I said, what are we reading on this evening? What would you like a reading on?
I was wondering if there's any messages from my husband.
If there's any what with your husband? I'm sorry.
Messages. He
Oh,
passed. It'll be almost a year coming up.
okay, my love. My condolences, of course, for your loss. I'm going to do a little bit of automatic writing. Usually, I just jump straight to dealing with spirit and to talking to spirit. For you, for some reason, I feel like you would do better if you actually saw it. And whether you are listening or watching to me right now, it doesn't matter. If you go back on my page, Tarot Readings by Jean Rose, and you follow me, and love, I'm not doing this, Tish, for a follow. Okay. I'm going to be holding
Okay.
up my notepad. Yes, I'm going to be holding up my notebook as I write. So you'll be able to see what I am writing. That's why. Yeah. Mhm. So you can watch the episode over again and you'll see exactly what it is that I'm scribbling down. First things first, he keeps drawing me to calla lilies. I don't know where those come into play. I don't know if those were at your wedding or at his funeral, but he keeps drawing me to those. Is that like a favorite flower of yours?
Yes.
Okay. Did you want them? Like, where did the white ones come into play, love?
The flowers.
Yes.
Uh, they came. A lot of the flowers came from me and my family.
Okay. Yes, because I feel like a deep connection. Love, do you still wear your ring?
Yes.
Okay. He says thank you for that. He does show me, but
Mm,
have people told you to like wear it or change it? Why do I see it being melted? Has someone been in your ear about like melting it down or turning it into another piece of jewelry?
like a necklace. Wear it on
Okay.
my necklace.
Okay. He said you have his blessing if you wish to do that. If you wish, I feel like there's part of you that you feel like he's connected to that ring. And even as a necklace, even though it would still be the same gold, it's like, no, it's not the same. It's not the same. It won't have,
Okay.
and he understands that. So he has peace with whatever you choose. If you want it as a necklace, he gives you his blessing. If you want to keep it as your ring, he absolutely loves you for it. Loves you for it. He says, thank you. He does show me white roses that is going to symbolize him being at peace, and then he extends the bouquet, and that is going to signify him saying thank you.
Okay.
Did you do something special at his funeral? I don't know if you did the eulogy. Um,
Yes.
okay.
I read a very emotional letter.
He knows how hard that was for you. That nearly broke you.
Yes.
He says thank you for those words.
Mm,
That meant the absolute world to him. The send off you gave him was absolutely incredible. He calls it exquisite. And that, I
mm,
take it, was not a word that he would generally use. But he's like, no,
no.
it was
I
beautiful, beautiful. Like,
I spent $1,000 on roses and baby breath flowers.
oh my God, love, grand, like a wedding. It was like above and beyond. Like, he can't believe. He's like, do you know what she did for me? And he gushes over it, just everywhere, everywhere. Why do I feel like when you walked in the room, all you smelled was flowers? That's it. That is it. There's nothing else. It smelled almost like a florist. I don't
Yes.
know if
Yes.
several people said, were people making comments about? He's like, everybody was joking. He's like, I had more flowers at my funeral than a wedding. Like, he's like, yeah, because it was my funeral. He can't believe it. He cannot believe. He goes, it was gorgeous, JJ. It was gorgeous. He's like, you should have seen it.
He deserved it.
And he loves you for that love. He cannot thank you enough. Like I said, and I keep seeing the word grand. It was like grand, just massive. Yes, grand. Um, and that's just one thing that he wants you to know. So even with all the sleepless nights, with how hard it has been without him, he wants, and you talk to him at night. You talk to him throughout the entire day, but specifically at night. Why does he show me you turning over to his side of the bed and you starting to like you talk, and then you're like, "Oh, you're not here. You can't hear me," and then you stop.
I talked to him all day long. Driving in the car, I look up the sky. I talk to him all day long in the house, in the bed. I look at his ashes and talk to him.
Yes, till she hears you, and when you speak to him, I mean, he's listening. He's listening. Have you had certain things happen in the house? Like little things where you're like, no, I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy. I haven't been sleeping. I'm seeing things, but you're not. He's like, no. He's like, it's me. Does that make sense?
Okay. There was a
What's with this
red
song?
cardinal, like, there was a red cardinal. It flew on the branch like 4 feet from my head and just stayed there for a while looking at me.
That was him. And then what happened with this song with the radio?
The song, the radio, oh my God.
Yeah, I just wrote that down. Love song.
I keep asking him to play our favorite song or a song that I love that he knows I want to hear. I said, before I get home from work, I want to hear it. And as soon as
He
I
played
pull
it.
into, he plays it.
I mean, I don't say this lightly, and I hope with all the evidence I've given you thus far, you know that he's with you. I do. I truly do. I
I,
hope that you know that he's with you.
I do. I do. I do. I'm just glad he's with his mom and dad.
Yes. And grandparents too. Hmm. Yes. He's not alone by any means. He is with his family, but he's waiting for you. So please just know that and take that with you from here on out.
I appreciate. You're spot on everything you're saying.
Oh, love, you're so welcome. It was absolutely my pleasure. It was my honor to be able to channel him. So thank you so much for allowing me to do this for you. And like I said, make sure you follow me on Facebook. That way you can see me scribbling down those words because I wrote the word song down. Yes. Yeah.
I I definitely will. I definitely will.
Well, Tish, you take care. You have a beautiful night, and I definitely look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you. This meant so much to me. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome. You have a beautiful night, and happy 4th. Happy 4th.
You too. You too. Happy 4th. Have a good
All
night.
right.
Thank you.
You
Bye.
too. Bye bye. Up next, we have Heidi. Heidi, how are you this evening?
I'm good.
I am so glad to hear that, love. How's your 4th?
Oh, it's been pretty thoughtful. Just stayed home, went out to lunch with my husband, and not doing anything really.
Oh, okay. I know, a nice quiet night at home. What are we reading on tonight, love?
Yeah. Say that again. I'm sorry.
What are we reading on tonight? I'm so sorry. I'm from New York. I have like the worst accent. No offense
Oh,
to my New Yorkers, but I literally feel like either you understand what I'm saying or you don't. Like even my wife will be like, "What did you say?" And I'll repeat it, and she'll be like, "No, like say it slower." And I say it slower, and she'll be like, "All right, spell it." And I'm like, "Oh my god, like you don't know what the we've been together 10 years. Like you don't know what I'm saying." I forget we talk fast. So yes.
you too.
So Like I was saying, what would you like to be read on tonight?
Oh, goodness. I've had so much happening um, in my life. Um, I just want to know if things are going to get better.
Okay, we can totally do that. Absolutely. In fact, that is one of my favorite readings. Reason being is I will pull cards in a general sense. That is going to allow anything and everything to come up in the cards that not only you need to know right now, but also that you need to know in the future. Hmm?
Okay.
Why do I feel like everything is falling apart, but at the same time you're getting pulled in like 8 or 9 different directions?
Because I am.
It's overwhelming to you, and I kind of feel like I can't catch my breath. And every time you do catch your breath, boom, someone comes up or pops up with another freaking problem. Oh my gosh. Love, no wonder you are so overwhelmed. You're not catching any breaks. That can be really tough to deal with, especially when it's
I have
nonstop.
a hard time saying no.
I noticed that you are a little bit of a people pleaser, which is okay. But you did receive the Nine of Cups. That is going to be a card about overdoing or overthinking something. Not only are you a people pleaser, you also have anxiety. No shade to you. I also have anxiety.
Uh,
So I totally get. Oh, love, you are in the right hands. Trust me when I say that. Because then what happens is if you say no, then forever and a day will you sit there and stress over saying no. And then what are they going to say about me? What are they going to think about me? Are they mad at me? Are they this? Are they it turns into you going down the rabbit hole. Am I right?
exactly. Yes.
Yeah. So I totally get it. The hangman was your first card that's going to refer to you being stuck in a limbo. Okay. So really having kind of that feeling like, and that not as bad as like the tower. Not to say that the tower is a bad card. It's not. It's not. Um, it just refers to things falling apart. But sometimes they need to fall apart in order to come back together in a bigger and better way. This card is just going to refer to being in limbo. But again, it points to a transition. So does that limbo worry me? Absolutely not. Especially when it's followed by the Seven of Wands. That's a card that's going to represent a hard fought victory. I also want to point something out. The wand suit corresponds to the element of fire. The fire energy is going to be all about resiliency. It's also going to be about passion, creativity, fortitude, strength, courage, bravery, you name it. Being pushed outside your comfort zone. Realizing not only that you can do it, but also that it's going to be the beginning of something new. And I want to say, don't laugh, don't laugh. But I want to say something enchanting. I don't know where that word just came from, but it just dropped on me like a bomb. I feel like if you continue on this path, and I'm not saying the one of, dare I say, self destruction, okay? Because there is a
Uh-huh.
bit that you can control that you keep entertaining. There is part of you that just needs to get off the hamster wheel. You got to learn to start saying no. I promise you, you and I will even do it together, okay? We'll hold each other accountable. Seriously.
Okay.
But with that, you have to know and understand that in moving forward, you have to make the choice. Are you going to make yourself a priority or are you going to keep making others a priority? Is your happiness your priority or is it going to be to constantly make sure others are happy? The third card was a page. Pages refer to the start or beginning of something new. The cup suit is going to be that emotion suit. So that's why I said, don't worry about it. There's happiness ahead. You are going to get through this. I think what's going to happen is you're getting pushed into the point or in the position to where you can't take it anymore and you get so fed up that you stop people pleasing and you quit saying yes all the time and you start learning how to set those boundaries. That way you can put your foot down and actually stick with it and not go back and forth or feel bad. Does that make sense?
Yes. Very much.
The fourth card was that Nine of Cups, like I said before, that overthinking, overdoing. You know what? When you put it out there that you need help, people are going to answer. Same thing reversed. If people they need help or whatever, Once in a while, that is fine. But when it becomes a habitual thing that happens over and over and over, and you are overextending yourself to the point where you are not only making yourself last priority, but you're not even on the list anymore. Honey, you're on the napkin that was thrown away. You got to change that. And you got to instead put yourself first. What do they always say on a plane? Put your mask on first before you help another person, right? They
Right.
do. That's what they say. Because if you're not at your best, how are you going to help someone out? I just pulled an extra card for you. Oh my God, you got the star. The star card is going to refer to a hope, wish, or dream coming true. The reading just took a
Oh,
turn. Yes, it just took a massive turn. I'm so happy for you. I feel like, especially with this new moon, new energy is going to be ushered in. Just remember what I said about setting those important boundaries. Okay?
yes.
Don't
I've
feel and
actually just this week um I've withdrawn, and I have not helped. I know this sounds terrible, but I've not. I've basically told all my children I'm taking a hiatus,
I am so proud of
and
you.
that I have 12 grandkids, and I'm very bonded to most of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, uh, my daughter just had twins
Oh
on the first,
wow. Oh,
and
congrats to her.
I she it was her second set of twins. She does everything in twos. Um, she yeah, her birthday's on
That is
October
love. That is
2nd.
beautiful. Oh, but I can only imagine. Oh my goodness. Second set of twins. Woo.
Yeah.
My goodness. But that is
So,
beautiful.
um, anyways, I you know got into a situation emotionally, and I um, basically just emotionally vomited all over everybody, and I had to step back.
Yeah.
And I've because I handled it poorly,
Mhm.
I've been beating myself up and have had just so much anxiety. And for the first time in a very, very decades, in the first time in decades, I've went and got help
Good for you.
because I thought I was
Baby.
losing my mind.
Yes, love. Hell yeah. I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of you. Do you know that? That
Yeah,
takes a lot.
thank you.
That takes
It was
a lot.
hard for
You
me.
did it. Yes, Queen. Hell yes. I am so proud. That is amazing. And 12 grandkids, that is a lot. Okay? You're not the bad guy for needing a break. And it's okay
So,
if you, as you call it, I love it, emotionally vomited. I love you, Heidi. Oh my God. It is totally fine. Not for nothing. I'm a mom too. It is fine. We're allowed to have those moments. We are human. We are not perfect. As much as they like to look at us that way, we are not. And I'm sorry, but if mama ain't happy, nobody is happy. And whether you are mom or mom, and as we say in Italian, nonna, when you're playing both those roles, it's nonstop, nonstop, because you're answering their questions for them being a new parent. You're tending to the
yeah.
grandchildren. You're tending to them. You're cooking. You're cleaning. You're doing everything. You feel like you can't sit down because you go into mama bear mode all over again. I get it. I totally get it. But it's okay for you to take that time for you. That star
My
card,
daughter
everything is
has
going to work
been
out.
totally understanding. She just basically was like, Mom, we all have emotional explosions, and we all have times like that where I thought she was never going to forgive me and never let me see the grandkids again. It was just the opposite, totally understanding, which
Heidi, you're her mom.
I was.
You're her mom. Love, no,
I,
never are you. No. The bond that you have with your daughter, she looks up to you and she respects you a lot. A lot. She has great love for you. And not for nothing, I don't think she'd be able to handle the family that she has today if it weren't for you. if you weren't her mom. You've taught her so much. That grace, where did she get that from? You. You taught her that. So that is definitely something that you should give yourself a pat on the back for. Don't overthink it anymore. It is perfectly fine. We all have those moments. I'm not trying to play it down and be like, oh, it's fine. It's okay. Because I get how it's stressful and how you would overthink it. Because anytime we think that we hurt our children, it's like, oh my gosh, like we can't, right? But I'm telling you,
I'm
they look at you
queen of
with nothing but love.
overthinking.
Oh, love, you're so welcome. I would love to keep in touch with you, especially in terms of all these grandbabies. Oh my gosh. Yes, that is fantastic. Second set of twins. Oh my gosh. Heidi, I
Yeah,
definitely hope that this helps you. I really do, my love.
it's very much. It's been very validating. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. You have a beautiful night and happy 4th of July.
Thank you. Thanks to you. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye bye. Lovelies, well, that is almost bringing us to a close. Those were some amazing readings tonight. I always love when I get to do mediumship. Last week it was very special as it was tonight. Definitely happy that I was able to give that reading and give those messages. I know it gets me in my feels, and I'm trying not to get choked up. Guys, if you like my style of reading, definitely check me out at Tarot Readings by Jean Rose. You can find me on Facebook, or you can find me on TikTok or Instagram. Follow me at Tarot by Jean Rose. Remember, I am available for private sessions and appointments. Contact me below and book your session today. You guys have a beautiful and safe 4th of July. I love you all. Until next week. See you guys soon.